Good morning friend. We are discussing about the Vision IS 5 question. Let's discuss the first question. First question you can correlate it with the polity section, in which they are asking about the objective resolution that are passed by the Constituent Assembly in 1948, in which they are asking about the number first statement. They are said, power and authority of independent India and its constitution shall flow from the people. It means that the people give the power to the Constituent Assembly that they can make comprehensive, complete as per the demand of the India to make a constitution. So that is the meaning of the first statement. Second statement, if you are talking about the second, is minority and other backward classes will be provided adequate safeguard so that they can grow in the future and the equity can be reached in Indian society, and the inequality, basically it means that basically inequality would be reduced in the upper rich and the lower person of any strata on the basis the caste, creed, whatever you wanted, whatever you have a discrimination word in your mind that you can apply there. Number third is India will make full and willing contribution to promotion of the world peace. It means that the constitution itself has an inclusion, basically not a constitution, the objective resolution of the constitution has a provision in which India will wanted to make a full and willing contribution so that the promotion of the world peace can be reached, whether with the participation in the United Nations Council or United Nations other organizations, so that they can have much more faith among other countries also, because India is a democratic country and they have a much more higher values that they are shown at international level. The option in front of you are first, second and third, first and second, second and third and first. So these are the options in front of you and you have to see all these statements are correct, but you have to answer as per the objective resolution. Let's see the next question. Next question you can correlate it with the environment section. Second question is said, on the planet Earth, how many planets are there in our solar system? There is 8 planets. Maximum water exists in ocean. The correct sequence of the remaining water in decreasing order is, it means that the highest amount of water that are existed on the earth that is lie in the ocean, they give it the statement. But at the same point of time, second number pe who is there, so that the option is ice caps and then glacier, groundwater, lakes and then atmosphere. Second option in ice caps, for example Antarctica, Arctica, Greenland, you can count all these things, and glaciers. Glacier also found along with the ice caps. Basically what are these are things, glacier are made because of the ice shelf are stacked in a way that they make a huge body or pile up of the ice caps. You can say these things are ice cells. Second is atmosphere and then lakes and groundwater. Number third is atmosphere, ice caps, glacier, lakes, groundwater. Groundwater, lakes, atmosphere, ice caps and glacier. So you have to choose the correct option. That is very easy question and can be directly taken from the NCERT of the geography of the 11th or 12th class. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the Badami cave painting. Badami cave painting is what? Badami cave painting, these paintings were patronized by Pala dynasty, is it right? Yes, oh I'm really sorry. Number second, these paintings were profoundly influenced by the style of Ajanta painting that are existing at that point of time. Number third, they are dedicated to the Vaishnava tradition. So you have to choose the correct option regarding the Badami cave painting. I again repeat it. These paintings were patronized by the Pala dynasty. These paintings were profoundly influenced by the style of the Ajanta painting. Number third, these are dedicated to the Vaishnava tradition. So you have to choose the correct option from there and option are in front of you. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the Karachi session that are held in 1931. So I again repeat the question. Which among the following resolutions were passed in the historic Karachi session of Indian National Congress of 1931? So you have to choose the correct option and first option in front of you are fundamental right, economic policy. Number third is abolition of landlordism, that they are existing Jamindar and Rohitwad. Number third, Purna Svaraja, that are the main theme of the INC session 1931 of the Karachi. So you have to choose the correct option from there. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the economy section. Consider the following statement regarding the securities transaction tax STT are taken by which of the following things. Number first statement regarding it aimed at discouraging excessive speculation and increasing the tax base. STT, what is the purpose? It aimed at discouraging excessive speculation. What do you mean by speculation? Speculation is nothing but you do not know what guys one commodity at that point of time have, and other second what the price of these things might be have. For example, you can take the example of the cryptocurrency. Once when they are formed in 2008, they have just a $1 or $2 value, but today is 1500 times increase their value, and their speculation has increased, and many times they are at the lowest point and there is much more higher volatile. So these things are there It aimed at discouraging excessive speculation and increasing the tax base. See, whenever we add the taxes, we surely we include many more people from that community also, and so we have to enhance the tax base. Number second option in front of you are, it is not applicable to the government security. So you have to choose the correct option from there. Let's see the thing. Okay, number first, okay, that's first question. I missed the question, I think so. Let's see the next question first. Second question first, sorry. On the planet Earth, for example, maximum water found in ocean, that is 97%. Then is ice cap and gravity. This is a single term basically. This is, and there is a terminology that are differently meaning, but for different people. For example, we are studying general studies. We take it as in general, but if a scientist study these things, might be these things have different things for him, but not for us, because we have not go into so much depth. We have a horizontal coverage, but not a vertical coverage. Anyway, second is the groundwater. Number third is the lakes, and number fourth is atmosphere. So you remember these things: ocean, ice caps, and glacier. Third is groundwater. Number fourth is lake, and then fifth is atmosphere. Let's see the things. How much percent of these water are found in there? For example, water on the Earth survey reservoir percentage of water is 97.25 in ocean, ice caps and glacier in 2.05, groundwater 0.68, lakes 0.01, soil moisture 0.005, atmosphere 0. Do remember these things. Soil moisture has a high water content, they can hold it. Atmosphere is 0.001, streams and river is 0.0001, and biosphere is the whole lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere has containing 0.0004%. So remember this data, quite important, because there is a 2 or 3 chapter in the NCERT, and coverage of the topic is high, but the content is very less. But the content that they are given that quite important. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the art and culture, in which they are asking about the Badami cave. Badami cave, number first statement they are said, this painting were patronized by Pala dynasty. Second, these painting were profoundly influenced by the style of Ajanta painting. Number third, they are dedicated to Vaishnav tradition. So second and third statement, as you can see here in the answer, they are correct. For example, if you are talking about the first statement, that are made by the or patronized by the Pala dynasty, that is not correct. Why? Badami cave was the capital of the early Chalukya dynasty, which ruled the region from 543 to 598 C, and it is the time period of the Gautam Buddha. With the decline of the Vakataka rule in the Gujarat area, basically, the Chalukya established their power in Deccan. The Chalukya king, for example, Mangalesha, patronized the excavation of the painting of the Badami cave. Painting in this cave depict places seen. So you remember these things, that is not the Pala dynasty, but the Chalukya dynasty, or basically early Chalukya dynasty, in which the king name also be given, that is the Mangalesha. Okay, painting in this case depict palaces scene, whatever the secular theme in the kingdom is happening, their depiction are found in the Badami cave. One shows Kirtivarman, the son of the Pulkeshin first and the elder brother of Mangalesha, seated inside the place with his wife and few trees watching a dance scene. Second statement, if you are talking about the painting represent extension of the tradition mural painting that are found in Ajanta to Badami in South India. The gracefully very Badami cave found in, for example, that are found in Andhra Pradesh region, and where is the a type of painting is tarike se they are formed, and here is a one place there, and the dance is happening there, and they can see dance here. Okay. Third statement, if we are talking about the painting in these caves are affiliated by Vaishnav tradition, the inscription of the cave number 4, for example, mention the date of 578 to 579 C that describe the beauty of the cave and include the dedication to the image of Vishnu. If you wanted to show the dedication towards any of the thing, what you wanted to show in these pictures, so you think this question, whenever, for example, you have love for your mother, what type of depiction, whether in the form, on the paper you can make, or in computer if you are working. So these things you should be pondering on. Let's see the next question. Next question, if you are talking about, that is regarding the Karachi session. First thing you should be in mind that 1931 that session held in Karachi. Where is Karachi located? That is in Pakistan, right? So fundamental right and economic policy are correct here. Abolition of landlordism and Purna Swaraj, that is not part of these things. Purna Swaraj of 1932 you know very well, where let's see the whole situation. Historical Karachi session of Indian National Congress held in 1931 under the presidency of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. In this session, resolution of the fundamental right and economic policy were passed, and resolution guaranteed the basic civil right of the speech, free press, free assembly, and freedom of association, equality before the law, irrespective of the caste, creed, or sex, and utility. In the regard, see these type of things, whatever we included in the objective resolution, that are depiction, that is the historical evolution of the fact that we are facing because of the British rule and the and the negative behavior we are facing in. It promises sustainable reduction in rent and revenue, exemption from rent in case of uneconomic holding, and relief of agriculture indebtedness, and control of UZ, better condition for work, including of living standard, limited hour work, so that they cannot face the hardship of the work that they face in the workplace, and protection of women specifically in the mining area because of the vulnerability of getting the in accident they are found, right? The Karachi resolution was to remain in essence the basic political and economical problem of the Congress in later years. For example, the resolution recommending the abolition of the landlordism, but they are recommending, not they are implementing the thing in a word and spirit, and they are working, because there is always be a saying that you focus on one thing, other thing might be placed in the same order, whatever you want it to be. Placed one thing in the same order, whatever you want it to be, fix it and continue it with the other things placed in the same direction that you have and you can align. There is much more balanced, disciplined life you are living if you are doing the same thing. On the other hand, the resolution of Pune Swaraj was adopted in the Lahore session of 1929 and INC. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the security transaction tax. What do you mean by security? What do you mean by security then? Security is nothing but a type of a paper in which you are secure other person. When you come to me at 2 or 3 whatever the time period is written on that security, I will back your money whatever you given to me now. So what is the type of this thing? What is it? It is basically a type of a paper in which you are writing, whether you are a small businessman or a big businessman, at the behalf of yourself. You come on that date, I give you a remaining whatever money that I was taken from you at the same point of time with the same interest that you have in, and whatever you needed, you can also issue me and I will help you. This type of you can say informal barter system existing in today's world also, and it is the type of a thing that are lie there. But security transaction tax is aimed to discourage excessive speculation so that the volatility of the price of the things is not changed. That's the main purpose, and increasing the tax base, right? It is not applicable to government security. But the reason behind the same, that also be the correct thing, because government security are under the control of government. They can increase, decrease, whatever the demand and supply gap would be, whatever the long term aim of the government would be, they turn the whole situation that they have the authority to reduce the price, to high the interest rate, whatever thing do that they can do because of the authority that they are issuing power, and they have authority to check these, right? But on the case of the private thing, basically we are promoting the triple P model, where the private has much more say, in which there is need to a type of a tax in which the speculation of the things can be reduced. So that is the main aim of the SST, that is security transaction tax. It is not applicable to government security, that also be the correct. Let's see the explanation that are given by the vision itself. STT is levied on the purchase or the sale of the security that are listed on the Indian Stock Exchange. This would include share, derivative or equity oriented mutual fund unit. Security transaction tax was introduced in India a few years ago to curb tax avoidance on a capital gain. That is the main aim of that point of time. And if you are talking about the first statement, that also be correct, and second statement also be correct. Let's see the next question. There is not a question but a news today, and I am discussing about the 7th Jan. Let's see the things. Government approves advisory for management of the human wildlife conflict across the country. So that's why it is in news. Number second news is related to the Minister Power notify norms and standards for trading of e-certificate under pet cycle. Second. Number third statement, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare longitudinal aging study of media, where first said report. Next is the Financial Minister chair review meeting of the National Infrastructure Pipeline. So that is the whole situation there. Gas-based economy crucial for Atmanirbhar Bharat Prime Minister. And also is the news memorandum of cooperation between India and Japan on specified skilled worker. Next is India, Sri Lanka discuss multiple business proposals so that they can make a deal in the future, because the memorandum of understanding already signed, and there is a much more awaited thing that can be converted into an agreement that we are have an understanding. Next, the spectrum auction are happening. FAME scheme should be studied. And then is a magnetoteoric survey, that is also the sudden stratospheric warming. What is it? Let's see. SSW, sudden stratospheric warming. It is a type of a situation that took place on 5 January 2021 above the North Pole, maybe behind very cold weather in a large part of the world currently. During an SSW, polar stratospheric temperature can increase by up to 50 degrees Celsius over the course of a few days. Such events are often followed by very cold weather, especially very snowstorms. A stratosphere is the layer of the atmosphere that around 10 to 15 kilometers above the surface of the earth. Let's see the next thing. Type of Hindu vocabulary that we are in, that is a sever. Sever is nothing but a type of when we break off the things. Discontinuous suspend, that is sever. SEVER, sever. How we can use it? They give the example also. The notice itself may be sufficient to sever the joint tenancy. What do you mean by the statement? The notice that is the specified notice itself the notice itself said the sufficient evidence to sever the joint tenancy and we can segregate it. मतलब क्या है कि जो joint tenancy है उसको अलग कर दिया जाए. That is the main aim of their things to say. Next is ephemeral. Ephemeral is nothing but a type of things that exist very low time period or a very less time period. Basically transitory or fleeting. For example, fashion are ephemeral. That means it ever be changes as new ones regularly drive out the old. So old are gone and new one is coming. Outcry. Outcry is nothing but you are complaining again and again that you are you are finding others objection and indignation. That is the meaning. And the public outcry over the bombing has the solid ramification. Next thing is petrify. Petrify is used for the thing that we are using for the decomposer or a parasite type of animal or a plant there. What do you mean by it? It means that they are, petrify these things. They create it, they damage the whole thing. Basically terrify, horrify, scar, you can say the synonym of the word. Next is the sentence here. Her icy controlled quietness might mean that she or he is her. So she is very quiet and this quietness is scared. मतलब it is a type of a situation where a storm is coming and before the storm is coming a type of a silence, calmness are found on the water that things might be happening in her body in which today or at that point of juncture of time she has quietness, but in the future, in the few moments, might be blasted with the so much so word or high possessive word. Let's see the next word, that is tacit. Tacit it means that is the implicit. Implicit is nothing but a type of approval you want it to be and other person say yes or no, nothing, but it's your interpretation whether what you wanted to convey from these nothing to answer, right? So that is a tacit, that is implicitly for you. It means they are not exclusively say thing, but they implicitly because of their health. For example, a person is very old age person and he is very weak, fragile person basically, and he could not walk backs. And what you have interpreted, whether he is died or whether he might be died in the future, he might be a healthy issues, he might be have no other person to taken care of him. So there is a situation and compassion. He, a old person, is not saying anything. He is lying on his bed, but because of his situation in which he has having, they tacitly saying many things because of their culture, values and stereotyping that are made or a type of generalization that are made in a society. Let's see the next question. Next question is related to the wrath. Wrath is nothing but a type of anger or fury, and he's hid his pipe for the fear of incurring his father's wrath. Father's wrath, it means that the pipe that might be broken, and because of the fear of his father's wrath, then he hide it basically. Next, the reluctance. Reluctance is nothing but a type of unwillingness that you are showing to the other person. His sense is reluctantness to continue. So there the situation then is a vanquish. Vanquish is nothing but a type of conquer that you are made on other people or other things or other that you wanted to be. Okay, vanquish is nothing but a conquer and synonym trounce, annihilate. He successfully vanquished his rival. Next is cessation. Cessation means the ending of the thing or termination of the thing, and the hostility finally came to be cessation. Next thing is obscure. Obscure is nothing type of hideness or type of coveting the thing. Coveting is nothing but a type of oblivience. Oblivience is nothing but a type of a cover up you have to do many times whenever you hide something to your friend. So that's the type of a coverage that you are giving, a type of explanation that you are trying to give them so that they can be soothed or calm down. So that's the situation there. Then you can say that is a okay. Let's see the next reading of fire. Which of the country are part of the ring of fire basically. So here it is the Peru-Chile Trench, and it is the country of the Peru. Next is the Middle America Trench, that is the country of Mexico there. Aleutian Trench, in which the Canada, USA of Hawaii, and that is the Russia there that are found. Next is the Kuril Trench, that is Japan and Russia. Then is Japan Trench basically. Then Iju Ogasawara Trench, Ryukyu Trench, Philippine Trench, Marina Trench is found there, you can see here. And Challenge Deep Trench, that is the lowest point of the Marina Trench. It can be the extension of the Marina Trench itself. And that is, there is a Java Sunda Trench, and that also is the part of the ring of fire, and that is the Tonga Trench. Then is a Kermadec Trench. So that is the situation there. Let's see the next thing. I just discussing about 3 or 4 bodies today. For example, let's see the election commission. I many times told it about, but that is quite important. Composition is 1 chief election commission is found, 2 other commissioner or dependent is on president whether they wanted to increase the number, but in today's time they have today 2 election commissioner there along with the chief election commission according to the composition of the election commission of India as a whole. Appointment is done by the president, and selection panel is nothing but that depend completely on the president. Basically it is the constitutional post, and that should be dependent completely on the president, not on the council of ministers or the government directly. Tenure is 6 years or 65 years. And next, the service condition. The term and the situation and the circumstances are done by the president, and removal is done by the such as Supreme Court judge, and CAG also be same that 2 bodies of the constitution is have an provision of removal through as Supreme Court judge. That is the basic thing. And then the report submission is nothing, and reappointment can be done, not debarred basically. And open remark is that the salary of that personality are not charged from the Consolidated Fund of India. Next, the UPSC, and I just discuss about CAG also. Let's see CAG composition. 1 CAG is there, that is appointed by the president. Selection panel is not defined there. Tenure is of 6 years, 65 years. Service condition are determined by the parliament. Do remember the fact. And removal is done by the same as Supreme Court judge. Report submission is done by the president, and appointment not eligible. And for example, they are charged from the Consolidated Fund of India. By this we are ending the session. Hope you like the video. Thank you so much to listen.